Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Off Rift podcast, episode number 15. I'm Mercury. I'm joined by Logan. I'm joined by Kevin today, as we're going to discuss everything that happened in the first week of playoffs and all that good stuff. Remember as well, you can submit your burning questions and your hot takes to the answering machine, and we'll get around to answering them live. But I guess to start things off, playoffs is here. We had a pretty good
Yeah.
starting few series all across the board. What did you guys make of them?
Uh, I mean, I'll go first, I guess. SHG getting 3-0'd actually
Oh yeah,
surprised me. That blew me out of the water. Obviously, we love DCG. They're coming up at the right time, but I didn't think they came up that hard. And SHG, I know they've lost to GAM a couple of times recently in the LCP and in the EWC qualifiers, but I didn't think that they would not take a game from DCG. So I would call that shocking.
yeah.
But I would call our first match. I loved it. I loved that it went to 5 games. I loved that it was close. It is a shame that CFO have been knocked out again. I wanted more
I
for
didn't really
them.
love it, but yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that's me. I loved the first round. Going to 5 is always great. There were some really close games in there, some great gameplay. And the second match was just an absolute shock. I was not expecting that at all.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the first series, it was entertaining. I'll give it that. I mean, it sucks that CFO lost, but besides that, I think it was a pretty entertaining match. A lot of interesting picks came out. A lot of interesting strategies. I think MVK is leveling up pretty well, and I'm pretty excited to see how well they perform. Considering the fact that they were using their academy players essentially.
Hmm. That was probably the most fun I've had watching a series in a long time. Was that MVK CFO series like that was on the edge of my seat for a majority
Yeah.
of it. But at the end, it was a bit heartbreaking to see CFO lose again, considering how close they came. But still, a pretty marked success, I would say, for the team, given how the first half of the split went. They've really begun to level up, and that's promising in the now lead up to Worlds,
Yeah, I think so. I think we've been leveling up.
especially with
I,
Pout.
I would agree.
I'm liking Pout on this roster.
I would generally agree that if we look at it in just split two, they've definitely leveled up. They've grown. They've matured over the course of this split. But if you look at split to split results, they've ended exactly the same place where they were in split one. So really, how effective has it been? But I'm definitely an advocate for time will tell, and a team needs time to come together and synergize. And I already think that they're showing better signs of life now than they were in split one. I think the changes have been good for them. And it feels like Doggo's been reinvigorated and he's actually got opportunity now. His support works around him really well. Their mid laner can make plays happen all on their own. Like Pout is just crazy good on his own.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's good to see Rest just be Rest, I suppose. Like we can depend on him.
Yeah. No, I love seeing that. And then, of course, like we mentioned as well, DCG taking down Hawks 3-0. You predicted that in the game one draft. You said that they were going to 3-0 them. And
I'm kidding, dude.
no, you got to take credit for it. You got to screw this humility and all that kind of stuff. But that was I was out obviously on Sunday night, so I couldn't see the games live. But I watched the Monday morning and I was like, this is, I mean, like you said, a very shocking performance. Hawks, this split was 6-0 against the PCS. They wiped DCG in the regular season and it wasn't even that close, right? And then
Yeah.
they come in and they're looking, I don't want to say they're back to form yet. I don't want to say they're back to form, but this is the DCG that we wanted to see for the entirety of this split and never got the chance to. This is the DCG that I remember from Split 1 playoffs. And we're seeing, the proactivity of Hongswell on this rise, right? So many of these pieces coming together. We sort of criticized Xiaoxi's Enchanter supports a little bit in the lead up to this playoffs, but he played all 3 games and he looked pretty solid on
Yeah, I mean, I was insulting the draft because I was like, why is Chelsea playing
it.
Karma? And then, why is he playing Bard? And I was like, oh, now he's going to play Seraphine. But he played well all 3 games, like, for the most part. Like, there's hiccups here and there, but I think Chelsea played just fine. So I was actually impressed by his champion pool.
It's always good. It's always good when a player who is perceived as sort of like a one trick into a certain type of champion is able to break that mold and prove that they're actually good at multiple different types of champions. Right? He's not just a hook champ player. He can play Enchantress support as well. And I think that flexibility is an important piece of the toolkit he needs to help his AD survive and thrive in that bot lane. We've got some pretty nasty bot lanes that he needs to beat.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
I would just call him a tank player. Like he's not really like
hmm,
the hook thing was like just a specialty, but melee supports, like playing the tanks, he was really good at. But like his Nico was like pretty bad. Like his Bard has been pretty bad. But his split one was like up and down. Like split two was mostly down until like playoffs, where it's been mostly up. So hopefully he can be more consistent and do better on these like enchanter supports. But I'm not too sold just yet. Like SHG looked kind of off.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was strange to see, and now we're going to see the team that was ostensibly second for a majority of the split eliminated first round. They won't be going to MSI. Maybe there's a
Yep.
chance for Worlds, but it's possible at this rate that it might just be 3 VCS or even 2 VCS and DCG, or even two PCS teams if CFO can make it all the way. But yeah, I mean, like
I like the sound of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking into that bot lane though, because we'll get into a little bit later, but Feng was actually looking pretty like he was being a bit of a carry in the majority of that series, and that's a situation we haven't really seen from this player a majority of the year, right? There was obviously that act of God that allowed him to steal Herald, obviously, and he did run it down a little bit in the base, but I mean, if you look at the remaining 4 AD carries, it's Haki, Eddie, Artemis, and Feng. There's a chance that Feng could be contending for the top 80 carry with Haki, right?
Uh,
Is that a hot take?
yeah,
Is that a hot take? I'm not
yeah.
sure.
I think that's kind of a hot take. Like the thing with like DCG, dude, like I feel like a lot of their players is like so flippy. Like when I think of like Pop 9,
Pop 9,
Feng, and
yeah.
Chelsea, it's like, dude, like you gotta like when you flip that coin, you're praying it rolls on head. But sometimes the coin will just land on its side, and you're just like, what the fuck is happening? Like that's basically like DCG. They just go deep and just pray for the best. But there could be a world where Feng is better than like Artemis and Eddie. I don't know about Harky. Harky is like really, really
Yeah.
good. I really like Harky this split. I think he's been playing like super, super well.
I'm really liking how
Yeah.
he's been playing so far across the board, and because of that, we do have our matches heading further into playoffs. We'll talk about our predictions for that towards the end of the episode. But I guess to start things off, the big topic that I wanted to bring up is the LCP Awards for Split 2. They were announced last week before playoffs started, but between our episodes. So I wanted to start things off with the Split 2 MVP, which was Histo. I think no one's really in disagreement about that, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think Histo deserves it.
I think he's a good candidate for sure. Yeah.
But then our runner-ups were Eddie and D-Ray as the runner-ups, and that was a little bit... I don't know about that.
Why not give everyone MVP on Secret Whales, dude? What the fuck not?
was-
Like I don't understand what the criteria of MVP is.
Yeah. I like, because it can't be...
Yes.
Maybe it's player of matches, but like I don't think that tells like a good tale of how impactful someone has been, how valuable someone has been over the course of that year, or this split rather.
Like I think
Yeah.
Arya deserves a shout. Like
Mm.
Yeah,
he
100%.
carried this team pretty hard.
And one of the things about it as well, right, is they said that the MVP and I think the team as well, the All Pro team, I think it was like selected by like a panel, right, of like broadcast talent, of other professional gamers, like all that sort of stuff. But it would be really good to get a look into the understanding of the criteria behind that choice. Because, like we've said, and to sort of do a mini recap, yeah, his toe, absolutely, can totally understand that one, get behind that one. But the other two choices felt a little bit odd. I really do think that I mean, even SHG deserved a look in for some of those MVPs, right? Like Evie has just been performing phenomenally all split long up until, unfortunately, the point where it mattered most. But yeah, I just don't understand how it went the way that it has gone.
Yeah. I mean, especially we'll get into the All Pro first team. It was all of Team Secret Wales, and then to not spoil the rest of them, I think I think Harky's been way better than Eddie this split. Right? Sure, like I don't even know why. Like I get that they're the best team in the region, but like Harky's playing way better than this guy.
Yeah, I agree. Like I don't know. Like I don't think it's all 5. Like
Mm,
I think his stuff Dyer are probably locked in.
yeah.
Pun I do think should be there. Maybe you give it to Kiaya or like I mean like I don't know like Evie or like because it's regular season, right? So maybe like
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
Stellar has had some pretty good moments as well.
Yeah, Stella's had some
It's
yeah,
it's
pretty
a
like
good
little
puns
bit
ones.
are,
harder for top, but I wouldn't mind top.
yeah.
It's just mostly like I feel like you can make an argument for like top ADC and support. It's like
Hmm.
depends which way you want to like go.
Well, the second pro team was Kiaya, Vam1, Aria, Marble, and Vista. And I'm still like, As I was looking through, I'm like, okay, well, at this point, Harky's not even on here at second. Okay, where are we going with this? And then third pro team comes around. It's Yijung, Drakthar, Eres, Artemis, Taki. And I'm like, so Harky just gets completely snubbed. I think Drakthar is probably second over Van 1, given how we've seen things. And yeah, I'm not really sure. I would like to know like the criteria or even like the voting breakdown. Like obviously, I watch a lot of the NBA and they have the voting breakdown of who gets like who got how many votes in this spot and how many votes in that spot. I'm like, I would really love to know what the breakdown is because I don't know. Maybe it feels like a lot of just Team Secret Wales bias going into that first pro team.
I don't want to say bias, right? Because they are the number one team, right?
Yeah.
They were fantastic in split 1. They've been fantastic in split 2. They can't get these results without being. I just think that it's the easy choice to pick Team Secret Wales players in every single one of those roles. I would contend that other players in other teams deserved a shot at the number one in those All Pros, right? Like Kiaya has definitely leveled up over the split. He's absolutely in monstrous form right now. Pun has, in my opinion, not been spectacular this split, right? Split 1, we were like, oh my god, Pun! Split 2, we're like, and Pun's doing a good job in the top lane, right? Like, from that sort of impact, he hasn't been having as much impact in Split 2 as he was in Split 1, but other top laners, it feels like they've been having a lot more impact, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Dude, like I don't know where to begin on this fucking all pro team thing, dude. Like why is all of SHG besides Evie second place, even though the team got 4th? Like basically what that tells me is that like Evie is so bad, he's bringing a second place team all the way down to 4th place.
Which feels
Like if they had
completely
like a different top
ahistorical.
laner.
Like
Yeah, if they had a different top lane, they could have gotten second. It's essentially what this
yeah.
voting is telling me.
Whereas I would
There
argue
could also
that
be a time
probably
frame, like a cutoff.
yeah, possibly. Because
Well,
like
it's
I
after
would
the regular season, everyone voted
yeah.
after the
Oh,
regular
okay.
season ended.
Yeah. Because like I would argue that Evie was probably the reason the team was winning at least a decent chunk of those games. Like he was
There's a
definitely
couple he
the
carried,
standout
yeah.
player all across that roster. Not to say the other players on the roster are bad by any means, but he was definitely looking like the most solid of them all. But we've still got I think heading into split 3, the full on year long like all pro team MVP, all that kind of stuff. I hope that will be a lot more. It's probably unless there's a massive fall off, Histo's probably going to be the MVP next year. It's like the end of this year, I would say. But the all pro team over the course of the whole year, I think that's a little bit more ambiguous as opposed to just Team Secret Wales.
It's just going to be whoever does well split 3. Like no one can remember what the fuck even happened split 1.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Like that's usually what happens. Is like whatever happened last is what you remember.
Yeah,
It's
recency
just like, oh
bias.
yeah, this
Yeah.
player did really well.
Hmm. Yeah, well,
Didn't realize the league pod was going to go into human psychology.
yeah.
I mean, it's true though.
We,
Like
we go
every time you
really in
watch,
depth here on the Off Riff
like,
podcast. That's for
whatever
sure.
whatever the latest results were is just like how you determine the whole like team or region or whatever.
Yeah.
So like yeah, like end of the year, whatever. If they do one, it's just going to be whoever performs well.
Yeah, most likely. Well, we got an early question here in the answering machine from Miro once again. What do you guys think of the Asia Masters format and the chances of the APAC teams there? I know you talked about it briefly on your stream, Kevin. But we've got so tier 1, we've got a PCS team. Tier 2, we've got a VCS team. Tier 3 is an LJL team, and then we've got an APAC qualifier in tier 4.
The format it's a lot more, I guess it's a lot different. They're doing like group system to qualify. I think the playoff bracket is only going to be top 4 teams qualify. So
Yeah.
if that's the case, we can have a situation where it's all LCK, especially
Yeah.
the way they're doing it, where it's like LCK is not just in one tier; they're kind of split apart.
Yeah, there's one LCK team and one LPL team in each of the tiers.
Yeah. So I like, what is it? I think split 1 last year of Asia Masters, we PCS did pretty well. Like FAK and DC were able to take games off the LCK teams. But as time went on, it got worse and worse. It's just all LCK. But I mean, DCG and was the FAK also had to prep for their qualifiers to LCP.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit like different. I mean, it's an excuse, I guess, but if I have to predict, it's probably gonna be the same way.
Yeah, the
We're just gonna have
4
that situation where it's just like, yeah, it's rough.
the top 4 teams in the I think the only non-LPL or LCK team in like Asia Masters finals last year was DCG from memory, and they I think they lost to like DNF and KT. So
yeah, they bombed out because it was
Yeah.
right after their qualifier, so they're just like, well, we're fucking done.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I'm excited to see. Hopefully, our teams compete a little bit more frequently out of the region itself. And we got another question as well. What are your thoughts on the national selections for Asia Pacific for Hong Kong and Vietnam? I haven't actually seen much about their teams, but I heard apparently Kaiwing is getting called back.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who else they would get.
Hmm.
So he'll probably just fly back for Asia Masters and then go back to Brazil, assuming he still stays there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because they would do the same for like Lazyfield, for example, if he was
Yeah.
on Team Vietnam. Like,
Hmm.
he would just fly from Korea to Vietnam, or I don't know, maybe play online if that's a thing.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that unfolds, and we'll
Like
cover that.
Team Vietnam, I think it's like Kiaya, Histo, Dyer.
Okay.
Who the fuck? Eddie, Taki, I think that's what it is.
I think it was
I don't know why Harky gets
I'd prefer
hated on.
Harky over Eddie, but that's a pretty solid team
fuck
overall.
Harky, dude. That guy's a bum, dude.
Yeah.
He's
Shouldn't have been a rookie, I guess. Shouldn't have been a rookie.
Yeah, dude.
But no, I'm excited to see.
Why is he carrying his team MVK?
Yeah.
Dude? What's wrong with this dude?
It is
And
crazy.
also
to see,
SOFM is a sub because, fuck
Yeah, I saw
anyone
that.
else.
Why not?
Yeah.
That feels like more of a viewership
games
thing.
This year for fucking. Oh, actually, no, that's not. He played like 2 games this year.
Yeah, that feels like more of a.
In.
Yeah, it feels like more of a viewership thing to have SOFM join in. I'm not gonna lie. Even
But
as
who's
just
gonna
a
watch
sub.
if he's just on the bench? Dude?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I don't know. The NBA to bring up like Michael Jordan's corpse to like the field and just be like, "Yo, he's on our team, just sitting on the bench. Watch the games. Remember Michael Jordan from Space Jam?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do. I'm gonna watch the NBA now." It's like no one ever does that. So why is SM there? Like, I just don't think he's like to me. I'll bring in what's his face, BA, because I think Taki is good, but maybe he doesn't have good leadership or whatever. Like, I've seen Wells had issues last year with Taki, right? He looked much better with BA, so maybe have BA as a backup just in case that you need that shot calling leadership thing. But I don't know. They want to just bring up SOFM.
It'll be very fun to see how these how Asia Masters continues to develop.
And then Hong Kong is Wise Camp, Blue Kaka, 1XN, Kairing Pretender, Holo. So they have 2 mid laners. I don't think Bulukok is going jungle, but it should be Bulukok on Pretender mid. I mean, I think that roster is pretty solid, except for Holo and jungle. Although he did win in PCS the other day, so
Hey,
maybe he's good. I
you
don't
never
know.
know.
Maybe he's leveled up.
Yeah.
But I mean, that roster is kind of sick though. I thought Hong Kong was gonna be dog shit, but that's actually kind of badass.
Yeah.
I mean, 1xN is Hong Kong. It's like I didn't know that.
He was
I
born
thought he was
there.
from China.
He was born in
But
Hong
like he's
Kong.
like, actually, I'm from Hong Kong, so I get to play. I'm like, oh, okay, that's actually
Yeah.
pretty OP.
He's on what's he on? Is he on Thunder Talk or is he on LNG, that's it. Yeah.
No, oh yeah, it is LNG. Yeah, that's right. 1xN
Yeah.
lost. That's right. Sorry, I just remember something. But
That's
yeah,
so mean.
1xN's on LNG. No, because like people are saying like, no, there's some idiot in my chat that's constantly talking about how Diablo sucks and 1xN is better, and then 1xN goes to playoff and his team's the only team that doesn't win, like from the bottom group against the top group team, so they don't make playoffs. So I'm just like, yeah, dude, this guy's like, if he's so good, then why can't he win? It's just my argument. But
True.
I mean, it's the same with Diablo.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the fact he was shitting on Diablo for 1xN, but fine. Well, it's not 1xN's fault. He has dumb fans.
Well, hopefully you can get some better fans over the course of Asia Masters. But I guess moving on to our next sort of topic here, the LCP Split 3 like Grand Finals venue got announced. It is the cathedral of Taiwanese esports. It is the Haping Basketball Arena where MSI was. It was where obviously PCS has been many times. I'll be there in person. I've already got my stuff booked for that. I'm super excited to actually go over because I've heard so much about this venue. Have you won there before? Have you won there before, Kevin? Or
no, I got to go and watch my team get shit on.
Okay, you were just
2023, and then 2024 I had to go, and my team wasn't even there, so I don't know why I was there.
the courtside
Actually,
view.
my team was there to sign autographs and take fan pics.
Oh,
in
yeah.
2024. Yeah, so
well,
I've seen it. I've been there twice so far, and
Hmm.
both times have been pretty miserable. So
Hey, third time's the charm. You know what they say. They're on the rise.
I hope so.
I think
Going there
see if
for
I
a
can
third
do
time,
it.
just my team not even existing is gonna be kind of depressing.
Yeah. We'll have to
I
see
mean, like
how.
it's
It goes.
kind of funny because like VCS last year was pretty like not bad, but there was only one VCS team in the finals.
Hmm.
But this year we might have no PCS teams, and we're having it in like Taiwan. Whereas last year we had in Vietnam, with Vietnam wasn't doing so well. If we could just switch the years, it'd probably be a better turnout.
CFO winning in the arena, I think that would have been really hyped to see. But yeah, we'll have to see how the event goes. I'll be over there for this finals as well, so we'll have to compare and contrast how the teams perform in those two finals. But yeah, I'm excited to get into that. And obviously PCS is still continuing as well. They've got their finals. I think it's actually next week, if I'm not mistaken. So I think CFO Academy is doing pretty solid. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're doing pretty well. You have to speak to that more than I can, but they're up against Frank in their next match, so I'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah, we just beat Tianjin from the LPL. Yeah, CFL Academy is doing pretty good. There's some noticeable names there.
Yeah, you got
I think yesterday
2274.
when we played, Yuhi was pretty good. 274 actually played pretty well. He made some crazy plays.
Okay.
Like he's actually playing like really aggressive and like, yeah, like
Maybe
I
this
don't
is
know.
what he's needed is some more time in the kitchen just to cook in academy, and just come back.
I think so too.
Yeah, love to see.
Like he's just a raw player, and I think the pressure of LCP didn't do him too well. But like I think Leaky, our coach, is doing a really great job of just like enabling him and just letting him be who he wants to be. And that's, I mean, like I think everyone on the team is playing like really well, considering the fact that a lot of these other teams have like imports of like from other regions that are like way more experienced. The fact that our players are able to just like hold their own and just like perform and just play their style regardless of like good or bad, I've been pretty happy. I've been pretty excited.
We got
top
another
3 right now, so
yeah.
only
There you go.
Win one more BO3, we get top 2.
There you go, and then your teams. How does that work for promotion relegation? Do you just like
Oh,
not
it's
send
been
a
a second
team?
place team that's not
Okay,
an
yeah.
academy team.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure, because I think last year, was it Vikings Academy didn't end up qualifying or something like that, but if they did, it would have been a whole situation.
Yeah, they didn't go to the summer finals because they're an academy team.
Yeah, that's the one.
So it was like the second place team plus fourth and like 6, 7 or something like that. Like it's like crazy numbers. It wasn't like the top 4 teams made it to the
Oh,
finals
that's
because there was academy teams and stuff.
yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. We got another. Speaking of promotion relegation, we got another question from Miro. I say we. Oceania currently still has a slot for promo relegation. What do you think the plans are for the region if they could bounce back? I don't know. I don't know if we have like an OPQ situation or what's up.
With no foundation
Yeah.
to grow and develop a team to compete in that PNR to even come into the LCP,
Yeah.
I don't think there are plans, at least none that we're privy to or that we're aware of, or that will come into play in time for the end of split of 2026, split 3, right? So I just don't think Osh is going to have a representative in 2027 full stop. If they could start developing the tier 2 academy now, we might have a shot at the end of 27 to come in 28, but Osh fans are in dire straits right now because I just don't think there is a plan for us. I don't think there is an opportunity for us to PNR into the 2027 season.
Yeah, because last year there was obviously the OPQ and all that, but that was it was a once off tournament with even the teams that we did send, saving OCE did they were comprised of some pretty solid players overall, but when you get to the international stage against teams who have far more experience and practice, they're just going to wipe the floor because we're so isolated. Even if we did have a domestic circuit, which would be amazing. I'd love to see that. The sheer isolation of it definitely would hinder. But I echo your thoughts. I think if we can get something up and running now and have that fully like lead into 2027, that's the only way that we can ever even hope to promote a team at this point.
Yeah.
Especially
I mean, I'm not from OC, so I don't give a fuck. But I would say that the way to improve OC is by making a server in Guam. So that way you
true.
can try to scrim some of the
Yeah.
Eastern teams, like Asian teams, from maybe like Thailand or whatever. Like obviously you're not gonna scrim like Korea, right? Like Korea's not gonna be playing on some shit server. So you'll have to like go work your way up and try to find some middle ground. Because right now, like you're just isolated, can't really scrim against anyone, or if you do, you're just on like 200 ping, and it's like unscrimmable. And yeah, I guess also just having consistent competition. Or you can try to make a bridge like that's like, all the way to like I don't know, maybe Taiwan and just try to drive as far as you can halfway point and then like live on like a make believe island in the middle of the ocean. Like that's probably the best way, so you can maybe play on Korean solo queue. I mean, but then you're just killing the oceanic solo queue server, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what else you could do.
It's a very difficult situation because like every problem, like every solution has so many problems associated. Like the one thing that I can maybe think about is like obviously Pentanet, when they were at their peak, they were using they're a telco, right? They were using their like proprietary tech. They were getting 70 ping to Vietnam. They were consistently scrimming VCS teams, and like that was actually helping them out. They made top 8 at MSI. Like they were doing pretty well, all things considered. And I think like maybe we should just move everything here to Perth. Maybe that's the way to go forward. Move everything here to Perth, and then we've got a consistent ping to all the places that matter in Asia Pacific, and then we can start to script. Like I honestly don't know what else it can be other than have a tier 2. Like we can't keep going on as is. And not only is it going to make our future prospects worse, it's also going to mean that people who are incredibly talented just leave the game, right? They're going to retire. They're going to have an actual job because there's no future prospect with like for league here in the region.
Yeah, I don't know how you fix that. That's more of a business thing, but
From the top down.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's just going to take a lot of investment, right? It's going to take a lot of time and money and care from people like involved to get up and running. And I know there's so many of us at least on the production side, on the community side, who want to do something, and we put together tournaments every now and then, but that's not as impactful as having like an actual full-on tournament circuit like the LCP, like the LCO, like the OPL before it, like that. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question,
This
Miro.
is a shit place to be, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying as a country. I'm just being like,
No, I get it. Yeah.
geographically,
Yeah.
as someone that likes to be inside. Like, I visited Australia once. Dude, there's beautiful beaches. People are outside. People are attractive, like going on jogs. There's someone that sits inside all day playing video games, like the worst place to be. Like, you're isolated from like everything. Unless we figure out, like, maybe we could like make a wormhole so that we can get rid of ping issues. So
Yeah.
that way distance isn't an issue. Like, that's probably the only way. But like, besides that, dude, besides server like jumping or whatever, like, I don't know how you can fix that. Like, it just sucks that it's just so far away. And also, like, not even that, but like your own country is just so wide.
Oh yeah.
That, like, one point and another point is just so far away from each other. You might as well just be in Narnia, trying to like play like I don't know, like talk to each other in Morse code. Like, that's about it. Like, it's just a weird place. I don't know how there's an esports scene that's like good. Like in Counter Strike, apparently they're like pretty solid.
Yeah.
Or Rocket League.
Well,
Like,
most
I
of
don't
that's
know how
pretty
that's
much
possible.
yeah. With like CS and everything, pretty much all of it's East Coast based. There's a few of us over here in Perth, right? There's a few pros, there's a few tournaments, there's a few casters and all that over here. But yeah, it is quite difficult. Like I can't stress this enough to like international viewers. It cost me more for return flights to Sydney than it did return flights to and from Taipei. Like it is that bad.
Crazy.
It's that
makes
bad.
absolute sense to me.
Yeah. It's like 4,000 kilometers to get to Sydney. It is a journey in of itself.
It's
We are a big
ridiculous.
country.
It's
Like,
quite
physically, it's
yeah.
such a weird place, dude.
That I mean yeah,
Like,
geography is
obviously,
the
if
big
you don't, if you're not terminally online, I think it's fine. But
yeah.
the whole point of esports is that we're all like just addicted to the internet. We just sit inside like 12 hours a day. For someone like that, it's like the worst place to be.
Yeah. Especially if you're a pro in Perth. I mean that's just miserable, right? You're like
Yeah,
50 ping is the best you can get compared to people who are
Are
like
the servers in Sydney?
yeah, servers are in Sydney.
Okay, so if you live in Sydney, you get like 3 ping, but if you live in Perth, you get 50.
Yeah. On
crazy,
some
dude.
on some games, I've gotten better ping from Singapore than I have from Oceania, from Sydney. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I believe it.
It's a struggle.
That's
There's a lot of
wild,
people.
dude.
There's a lot of people in Perth who play Valorant on Singapore servers. That's how
Alright.
that's how bad it is. Yeah.
I mean, still talking about like your support, right? Valorant recently just partnered, Riot/Valorant just partnered
Discord,
with Fortress.
Oh yeah, Fortress. Yeah.
on the east. Yeah, not Discord. The Fortress. So they've now got like a local tournament scene, in Sydney and Melbourne for Valorant players. So like it's kind of like a semi-regular competitive mini circuit, if you will, because they've got two facilities on the East Coast. They've got the people who want to play it. They've got the support of Riot. So away they go. I'm sure they could do something like that for League if they wanted. I don't know the logistics behind it though.
Yeah, I think as well with like as someone who casts both games, there is definitely a bigger crowd when it comes to like the FPS community here in Oceania. I mean, it just makes sense, right? CS is big.
Yeah.
League's sort of on the downturn here because there isn't. There was I was like back in like the OPL heyday, that was like the community here was thriving, but ever since like during COVID, it really should have been it should have peaked, right? Because everything was shut down, especially over in the East Coast. You guys were like locked in completely. Like League should have been incredibly popular, but it just didn't. And then the OPL dissolved, and then the LCO came in. And I think the LCO, as fun as it was and as incredible as the talent and everyone involved was, it just never captured that same level of popularity as the OPL did, except for the events at like DreamHack and all that kind of stuff. Like that was the one exception. But yeah, bit of doom and gloom. Mira's got another question about that. Do you think Oceanic talent? Yeah. Do you think Oceanic talent should move to other APAC regions and wait for good foundation to be set up? I mean, if
they should.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only option if they are like absolutely committed to like actually being a pro. Because otherwise, I think it's as sad as it is, your best bet's probably just to get a job and to build up for your future, because otherwise, like we've got
Yeah.
nothing here. Like there's no regular tournaments that people can, you know, compete in and like make a living playing this game. It probably is just best to, I mean, like we've seen it in the past, obviously with pros like Corporal moving to the LJL. We've seen pros move to Europe and to NA and all that kind of stuff. Maybe it's worth, maybe it's worth, but even still, you've only got like 3 real like APAC regional leagues at the moment. You've only got VCS, LJL, and PCS, right?
Yeah, and I mean, Corporal was only able to go because he's half Japanese or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like, yeah, so he also speaks Japanese, so that helps too.
yeah. That definitely does help. But yeah, I think probably if they do want to be pros, probably just best thing to do is bite the bullet and just go overseas, because we got nothing here, unfortunately.
Time to learn Japanese.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Come to the LGL.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see a situation where in the next like 5 months we can get something set up, and obviously next year, I think next year is going to be the real test. I think if we don't have a consistent tier 2 here in the region, I think it's going to completely go downhill. I don't think there's anything that could stop it at that point.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? The longer we take to get a support network, the longer we take to get our own circuit,
Yeah.
the more realistic the death of competitive league in Osh becomes. It accelerates that process because there's no net to catch. It's just straight to the bottom and away you go, you know. So I do know, like obviously we were seeing some of the Riot staff talking that hey we're trying to do something for tier 2 for Osh, but like I think that's the best we got. It's like we're trying and we don't have any other updates. So it's like it's not enough to keep us going, if you will.
Yeah. Especially in the meantime with everything else that's going on. It's hard to really justify committing to trying to go pro for, especially for the people at the top, right? If someone's in challenger, it's like, what are they really climbing for? There's no way to make it pro other than just maybe hope that you get scouted, maybe by like an LCS org, but even still, I think those days are kind of done. Like your best bet's once a year, OPQ comes around and you've got your chance to maybe make a name for yourself on the international stage, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the best that Riot could do is just like have a tournament within OCE, and like top 2 teams get to play overseas. That's about it. Like Riot will pay for like 2 months boot camp or something like that.
Yeah, that's
Like that's probably the best thing they could do to like try to improve OCE, because you can't like there's no way they can financially support like too many players. So maybe if
Yeah.
they can support like 10 players and like 2 coaches, that might be enough to incentivize players to improve.
yeah. Well,
And then
hopefully,
hold them up, right? Because if you're giving them the opportunity to go elsewhere, other eyes will be on them and potentially go, oh, hey, like that could almost be a combination of that semi-scouting that was you were talking about, Mercury, as well as an opportunity to play and something else to play for. So yeah, I like that idea, and it would be more cost effective too than setting up and running a league for an entire year.
Yeah.
we'll have to see what the plan is for the region heading forward. But I mean, I haven't heard anything this year, so I can't attest to anything other than rumors. So yeah, a little bit of doom and gloom this episode all across the board. But we've got playoffs round 2 on the way. We've got 3 days of games this week. We're back to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which I'm super excited for. We've only got 6 more matches until MSI is here. So that's a little bit crazy how fast time has flown. But we start off on Friday. We've got Team Secret Wells. They chose MVK. Now, we've seen this by teams in the back before, if they've chosen a team, namely in the LCK last year. But Team Secret Wells versus MVK, I think it's probably going to be 3-1. I think that's my call for Team Secret Wales. What do you guys think?
I think it's going to be a tough one.
3-0.
3-0.
3-0. All right, okay. I definitely believe that Team Secret Wales could 3-0 for sure. But I absolutely believe that MVK could take a game at least. I am going to agree with Mercury 3-1. I really think it's going to have to be Team Secret Wales from the grand final split 1 to 3-0 MVK. And frankly, I don't think they'd want to put in that much energy and effort for like this early in the stage. You know what I mean? Like they don't need to turn it on that much yet.
Especially with MSI already locked for them, which I know that Kevin's not too happy about. But yeah, no, I think honestly this is the perfect chance.
It's still dumb. I don't care what anyone says.
I think this is the perfect chance for Haki to get his get back in this series, is to just absolutely wipe the floor with Eddie. I think he can. I think Shulong's popping off. If he gets the pike, he can pop off even more. Like there are ways that they can win. It's not impossible for MVK to even win this series, especially with what we've already seen in playoffs. But I think it's more than likely that Team Secret Wales are going to win.
Yeah, but if MVK do, it's going to be through that bot lane. That's how they're going to do it. They're not going to do it through mid, jungle, or top. It's going to be bot lane or some really good team fights.
I'm quite excited to see that match in particular. And we've got Garm up against DCG. Now, in my official predictions, I put Garm, but I would love to see DCG run it back.
Oh, you'd love if DCG run it back, but you can. That makes no sense.
Okay, you're telling me
believers shall be smited down by the hands of Pop 9. All will believe in the glorious Pop 9 as he'll pop off 9 times in a row, sending Gam to the lower bracket because DCG have finally figured out their problem.
Out of everyone on DCG, you're putting your hope in Pop 9. Why
not? No, I mean he's going to be the X factor. I know Hung Soo and Florin are going to be just fine, but that's not how they win. It's when Pop 9 just pops off and just picks Lee Sin, just slams it in you, dude. When that fucking fist goes flying across the screen, baby. Roundhouse kick that ass, dude. Let's go. I believe, dude.
Pop 9 had a pretty good series, I will say. Yeah, a pretty good one against Hawks overall. Like, I mean, he played solid, but he's not like the carry in most of the games. The Pantheon game was good against GZ, but like, I don't know. I think it will come down to...
Pop 9 plays like shit, DCG look like shit. Because Pop 9 influences the map so hard. Because when he runs it down, he runs it down so hard, his gravitational pull brings in all the other members into him, and they just go too deep, and they just get lost in the sauce and lose.
Yeah.
That's why Pop 9 having to play well is like, yeah, it's really hard for him to do that, but if he does that, the rest of the team plays well, or looks a lot better at least.
I don't know, I think Drakthar might just bother him.
I think Draktar's Drak shit.
Okay.
Pop 9 is the real deal.
Is this your official quote for the way this series is gonna go?
Yes, I'm putting all my chips on the Pop 9 bucket.
Yeah. I think I mean, yeah, I would like to see this series go to 5 games. I think it can be a complete stomp, or it can be a complete fiesta. I'm not going to bet on any score across the board, because it could just be a complete upset either way.
This guy not willing to commit to GARM versus DCG.
Okay, you do it.
Team Secret Wales MVK, where it's easier.
Yeah,
you do it then. Okay, what's your commit then? What's your
Finally,
commit?
We're just gonna
GARM will 3-2.
Mercury.
GARM
Even when Best is like,
GARM will 3-2.
Mercury.
Unbelievable.
We should rename the show to just Dunk on Mercury show. And every week, just like 2 new people come and just like make fun of his opinions.
Yeah.
He's dumb.
But yeah, I think GARM will win. I said it in my predictions as well, in my official stuff that's out there. But a part of me would love to see that Split 1 grand final rematch and DCG get some redemption. Like, even if it's just a couple of games, that would be such a sick storyline.
Because I think is the lower bracket. Let me have a look. I think because we got 3 matches this weekend.
Yeah. So we go.
Okay,
3,
so
4,
upper
5,
upper is
3
this
week?
weekend. Yeah.
Yep.
It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday?
Yeah.
Yep.
I just said that, man. I said that like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. I'm
I don't
casting
listen to what
Friday,
you say,
Sunday.
dude. I just tune you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think from what I'm reading,
Oh, shit. Okay.
the winner, yeah. So we're gonna have winners bracket round 3 as the
Yep.
Sunday match. So we're gonna have whoever gets sent to the losers bracket, they're gonna have to play potentially 3 days of back-to-back best of fives, if they make it all the way. So
Yeah.
I'm quite excited to see how these teams play. I think part of me is thinking it's probably just going to be a VCS showing at MSI. I think given how this split's gone, I think GARM would probably do better than DCG at MSI. But yeah, we'll have to see. I would like to see DCG pop off though and go back to that former glory, because I think there's definitely a
Mercury,
chance.
what's the score? You still haven't said your score, mate. What's the score?
Oh, GARM 3-1.
Okay.
GARM 3-1.
There it is. We've got it. Yep.
DCT 3-1 or 3-0, I believe.
3-0. Okay. Well, your
It's
I hope
prediction,
your
possible.
belief is
your
rewarded.
prediction last week's seemed to work out in DCG's favor. So we'll have to see. They
Well,
are
the
the only.
with CFO, my prediction rate goes up a lot higher.
Yeah, true. They are the only non-VCS team left in playoffs. So I think it'd be the first time in. It'd probably be the first time in history that there isn't a PCS team at an international. Obviously, besides First Stand, right? Damn.
Yeah.
Because every other year there's been at least one PCS representative before. I mean, there could be a very good
you're asking
chance.
us
First event. Nice.
You're asking us a big
The
question
first.
off the rip there.
Yeah, and that's the job. I think that there's a very good chance that we don't see, if it keeps up at this rate, if MVK improves and still looks like the third best team or even the second best team in the region, we could see a full year without PCS representation on the international stage.
Yeah, major international. Yeah.
Just shoot me already. What the fuck?
Am I wrong?
So VCS better than
I'm not
PCS
saying you're wrong.
confirmed.
Oh, don't
Hey.
let Miro hear you say that the VCS is better. He's been
I had a 1 hour argument with Miro about the BCS versus PCS, dude. Don't get me started on that guy.
yeah. You
Also,
guys
he
have
has
been,
like a question about like orgs and stuff. Like, I don't know how to answer that because like it depends on the teams and how
I
they
didn't see this.
structure like what's it called?
Yeah.
Money
Okay.
and stuff. Like how much are they spending?
Yeah.
Like
For
how much
the
are they getting back?
yeah. So for the audio listeners, the question that Miro asked was, what are our thoughts on Chawy's statements about MVK's coach using coach comms for 10 seconds more than allowed? I actually didn't know that. I didn't.
It wasn't coach comms. It was after BP. Like you're
Yeah.
supposed to like get off. You have to leave like 10 seconds before the game starts or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
the coaches took too long to get off the stage and go shake hands. And
See,
Chawy was complaining about that. Dude, I don't know. Like that's like I don't know how much that's gonna affect. But obviously, it's like unfair if a team gets to like talk to their team like 10 seconds longer than another team. It's mostly just like I guess refs and like the staff just need to be on that a little bit more. Yeah, I saw the post as well, but I don't really have too much to say.
yeah.
Cause
We'll
like
have to,
I don't
It's a
know.
It's
It
a
just
difficult one to
happens.
even weigh in on. Yeah,
Yeah.
like first of all, did we even see it happen, right? Second of all, we're not positioned to know intimately the details of what occurred, the timings, the perspectives, all that sort of stuff. But what Troy said was, I think it was like 5 seconds or something. He tweeted about it and it was translated. And he was saying that the other coach got another 5 seconds with the team. And like you said, Kevin, the refs just need to step up and make sure that that doesn't happen. I mean, the
Yeah.
advantage that you get from 5 seconds, I don't know, but if that's the rule, then the rule should be abided by for fairness to every other coach and player and team. So yeah,
Yeah, just make it fair. I'm that's about it. It's just on the staff to just make sure they're enforcing that, making sure players are like, yeah, like the coaches are leaving the stage at the appropriate time.
yeah.
yeah,
No, I agree. I think that there are rules in place for a reason. We shouldn't be skirting those rules, even accidentally, right? But yeah, I think that little bit of a shorter episode once again this time around because we've only got a few matches left in the year, or in the split rather. And then after split 2, it's a full on like just a 6 or I think it's like a 6-week blitz of Swiss stage into the finals. So there's a lot of action that's going to come soon. But I think before
Yeah, and I mean,
oh, you go.
yeah, you go. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say before we close things out, was there anything else you wanted to cap things off with?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, with the finals coming up, everyone's very, very excited for that. As you said, potentially 3 VCS teams and no PCS team could be actually kind of wild. We've got 3 games this weekend. We've got 3 games next weekend. And then as soon as the games are done, we go into like MSI as well as EWCs. So like the players are barely going to get a break between splits. And then split 3 is, as you said, it's like an absolute blitz. It's like a 6-week split and that's it, where it's like 4 games a week or something every single week. So it'll be quite the change of pace. And I would love to get feedback from the players, actually, which one they preferred, this slower split 2, where they get 2 games a week, or like a much faster split 3 where they're getting like 4 games a week potentially, you know, like just throwing increased numbers out there. And like, do they feel like that they remain more competitive with those more games more often, or did they need the break? Like, that would be what I'd want to hear from them.
Yeah. See how that goes. Well, you, Kevin, you look forlorn at the thoughts of.
I hate fucking Swiss stage, dude.
Oh, really?
So
You don't
much.
like Swiss?
I think it's like it's so inconsistent. Like it's so hard to tell like if a team is doing good or bad depending on their opponents. Like, especially Worlds, like World Swiss stage, like dude, like PSG last year had
Really?
to play against like 2 Korean teams.
Okay,
Like
but
what the fuck, man?
let's be
It's kinda
honest though,
bullshit.
Swiss stage is better than group stage.
Well, I mean, I just like the variety of teams get to play.
Yeah.
It's nice, but besides that, like I don't know, single round robins is like easier.
I mean, I guess, but no, I can't agree with you. I love Swiss stage. I love the way it pits teams up against each other, even if it doesn't favor us historically on the international stage. That was a little bit rough for PSG last year. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, as we look to head things off now. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back next week for a bit of a probably about the same length of an episode, because I go immediately from finishing off there to catching my flight to Singapore and then to Taipei that night. So we'll have to get on into that. I'm excited to see it. Thank you all. Have a good night.